Hey everybody, we're back. I'm Evan.
And I'm Lucia.
And welcome to
Lovin' Cooking.
Today we're going to be showing you guys a quick and easy and delicious recipe for some Kung Pao chicken.
So if you've never had Kung Pao chicken before, just be ready. You'll be able to whip this up in less than 30 minutes.
Alright, let's get started. Alright guys, for starters, let's show you how to marinate one of the main ingredients of this dish, the chicken.
So for chicken, you can either use dark thigh meat or white breast meat. I just happen to have some thigh meat in the freezer, so I've thawed it and I've cut it to about like 1 inch bite size. I've sprinkled all the ingredients on the chicken already, but the last ingredient you want to add is cornstarch. Let me go over very quickly what's in here. We have some table salt, black pepper, white pepper, some soy sauce, a little bit of oyster sauce. This is vegetarian oyster sauce, and some sesame oil. And again, it's really important that you let it marinate for at least 10 to 15 minutes and add the cornstarch right before you're about to cook it, and that's it.
Make sure you incorporate all the ingredients together until you don't see the cornstarch anymore inside of this chicken.
Now we're ready to cook the chicken. First, you want to preheat a non-stick pan and add about 2 tablespoons of cooking oil. So the pan should be nice and hot.
We're ready to go.
So now you're going to put the chicken in the pan, and there we go. The pan is nice and hot. You can hear the sizzle. All right, and we're going to just spread the chicken around. And you start out with a higher heat, but eventually you want to turn it down to medium high so that your chicken doesn't burn. Evan's just going to keep cooking until the chicken is cooked all the way through. Make sure your chicken is cooked entirely, because we're actually going to scoop it aside and then add it back into the dish at the very end, okay? The chicken's been cooking for about 5 minutes. As you can see, it's nice and brown and it's cooked all the way through. And we're just going to scoop that out and set it aside for now.
And this is what your chicken should end up looking like. Nice and juicy with a little bit of browning on the edges.
So the next step is going to be to pre-make the sauce you'll be adding to the Kung Pao chicken. So as far as the portions, they are going to be listed in the video, but I just want to go and in order and show you what the different sauces are. So this is called bean sauce, and you can get this at any Asian market. Just keep in mind that this sauce is quite salty, so you want to use the least amount. I like to use about 1 teaspoon. Next, we have sweet hoisin sauce. This brand is by Kung Pao. This is a very popular brand, and I use this brand quite often for Asian sauces. And again, you can get this anywhere, pretty much at any Asian market. For this sauce, you'll want to use about double the amount of the black bean sauce. So I usually like to use 2 teaspoons, sometimes even 3. You'll want to have a little tanginess to your Kung Pao, so I add 1 tablespoon of rice vinegar. Okay, and this again you can get anywhere, even at your local grocery store. And last but not least, oyster sauce. I like to use the vegetarian mushroom oyster sauce, but you can use any oyster sauce. And for this, I usually like to add 1 tablespoon. And that's it. So you're going to now mix all the ingredients together, and it's going to be a very dark color. And so you want to make sure that you pre-mix everything, and we're going to add this to the dish towards the end.
Now let's cover the rest of the ingredients for this dish.
If you like vegetables, you can add as much vegetables as you want. Typically, I like to add some green peppers and some red peppers. And if I have celery on hand, I'll dice up some celery as well. First thing you want to do is add some aromatics. So we have some minced ginger, some crushed red peppers, and you can also use those dried chili peppers if you want. Just cut those in half. Those are usually sold at the Asian market. And then some minced garlic. And I'm kind of showing you the ratio. As you can see, garlic is going to be the most, and then depending upon the level of heat, you can add more or less of this, and ginger.
And as always, all ingredients and the measurements will be in the description box below.
The next ingredient, I have a whole medium onion that I have cut up into about 1-inch bite size. This is 1 large red bell pepper. Also 1 large green pepper. And 2 stalks of green onions or scallions. So those are the ingredients.
All right, let's start to get cooking.
We're finally ready to begin cooking. So Evan, if you could put all the aromatics into the oil. We've preheated the pan and coated the bottom of the pan with about 2 tablespoons of oil. And we're gonna just stir that around, give it some flavor. And next we're gonna throw in the onions. So when you start out, you wanna start with medium heat. You don't want it too high, or else your peppers are going to burn. Your crushed peppers are going to burn. So just kind of make sure you don't keep the heat on too high. Next, we're going to throw in the green peppers and the red peppers. So you can put that in all at once. And Evan's going to keep stirring to make sure nothing burns. We're going to just put in a tiny bit of water at this point. You don't need a whole lot because we're going to add sauce to the dish. So I would say maybe like a quarter. There we go. That's right. Thank you. And keep cooking. Just keep stirring. The peppers have been cooking for about 5 minutes. It depends on how crunchy you like your peppers. So obviously cook it for less time if you like it more crunchy. Now we're going to throw in the scallions and then the sauce. So the scallions is optional. If you like scallions, by all means add it, but if not, then you can leave it out. It really won't impact the taste very much. And now the star ingredient, the pre-made sauce that we mixed together earlier. Make sure you get it all in there. And start stirring that around. And then we are gonna be almost done. We just have a couple more steps.
Once the sauce has been fully incorporated into the veggies, it's time to add in the chicken. And all there's left to do now is stir it until everything is fully incorporated. Now let's grab ourselves a bowl of our finished product. And of course, Kung Pao Chicken is enjoyed best with a bowl of hot, fresh rice. And now for our favorite part, time to try out our food. All right, let's start with the chicken.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Super tender, juicy,
Really tender.
and flavorful for sure.
Yeah. Do you taste the heat?
A little bit. I think it's the perfect amount.
I think so too.
All right, try a veggie now.
Yeah.
Perfectly cooked.
Yeah. Not too cooked, but just right.
This could definitely use a bowl of rice after we're done with this.
Yeah. I think after we turn off the camera, we're gonna put some rice in our bowl.
Anyways, thanks so much guys for watching, and we hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye!
Bye bye.